Hey there, crypto enthusiasts. I'm your host, Corbin Fraser, and welcome back to another episode of the Bitcoin.com weekly update, where we dive deep into the heart of the cryptoverse to bring you the juiciest tidbits and the most electrifying developments. So this week, we're unpacking everything from wizard-level blockchain updates to financial titans throwing some shade over at the old fiat currencies, plus some spicy reactions from our central planning overlords. So grab your explorer's hat and let's dive right in. We're going to kick things off with some exciting developments from the privacy corner of the cryptoverse. The Zano blockchain has just implemented a game-changing hard fork. So they've dubbed this Operation Zarcanum, which I'm told is a Harry Potter spell for keeping your stash hidden from Voldemort. So with this hard fork, Zano transforms from a single asset chain to a sanctuary for multiple privacy coins. This means anyone can launch a token on Zano that's a privacy token. So it enables the creation of assets that are not only fungible and secure, but also shielded from the prying eyes of overly curious folks. So this breakthrough is particularly crucial today as conversations around privacy coins gain momentum amidst the looming shadows of centralized digital currencies that might well threaten, all of our digital freedoms. So you didn't ask for my opinion, but I'm going to give it anyway. So privacy is a necessity for widespread crypto adoption. Without it, we risk empowering our nation-state overlords to dictate what exactly is acceptable for the plebs to spend their credits on. We also risk creating a fractured ecosystem where certain assets are valued less due to their transaction history. And we've seen this from, exchanges. If you just happen to be holding some Bitcoin that ended up touching a mixer of some sort, you can have your whole deposit just locked and frozen, and it turns into a whole nightmare. So having some base privacy, it's very convenient to have, especially if you're a hardcore crypto user. So the Zano team's commitment to enhancing privacy underscores a critical narrative in the cryptoverse. For cryptocurrencies to achieve their global potential, they must be secure, fungible, and above all, private. Gonna jump over to the godfather himself, Mr. Robert Kiyosaki, the brain behind Rich Dad, Poor Dad, everyone's favorite angry old man. He's back with some hot takes on Bitcoin and the US dollar. So picture this, in one corner you've got Bitcoin. It's like the cool new kid on the block. And then in the other, you got this like US dollar, a little bit boomery. But Kiyosaki's basically calling the financial world's version of it's a pyramid scheme, according to him. US dollar, it's all a big old scam. He's calling it the ultimate shitcoin. Kiyosaki thinks Bitcoin is hitting the financial spotlight at just the right moment, kind of like showing up at the party, with the best snacks right when all the food runs out. You're the cool kid suddenly. Very, everyone's interested in the guy holding the new fresh bag of Doritos. So he's lighting up a flamethrower and blasts it right at the fiat currencies like the dollar, calling them out for being about as stable as a long-lasting chocolate teapot, thanks to the money printing shenanigans and the head-scratching political moves of the Fed, the government, the powers that be, whatever you want to call them. But it's not just Rich Dad, Poor Dad who's waving his fist angrily at the US dollar. Trading legend Peter Brandt thinks Orange Coin is vying to become the level 1 store of value standard, replacing fiat currencies and government bonds. Notably, Brandt doesn't predict Bitcoin will replace fiat in the use case of actually buying things. For that, you might want to use something faster and with lower fees, such as Bitcoin Cash, or maybe a stablecoin on a low-fee network like Polygon, or maybe you want some more privacy, you can try with some Monero or some Xano or countless other fun assets. But things like the US dollar, the yen, the euro will still be used to buy groceries and pay for gas, according to Brandt. He adds on that, of course, governments will constantly be issuing new currency replacements, with the smallest increment of money in the US being something like a $100 bill. So some spicy stuff, folks. What we're seeing here is a massive shift in the money game, with Bitcoin and crypto steering the ship from the murky waters of traditional financial systems. So it's a heads up for all of us playing in the crypto sandbox to keep our eyes open, diversify our digital toy collection, and really get what makes these assets tick. So speaking of ticks and assets, we're going to jump over to VerseDex. So we've got a exciting new update over at verse.bitcoin.com. Anyone now can permissionlessly swap from Ethereum, Avalanche, Polygon, BNB, any asset to any asset on any chain from those chains. So that means you can go from Ethereum over to Avalanche stablecoins. You can go from Verse on Ethereum to Verse on Polygon. You can go from ETH, native ETH, over to wrapped ETH on Avalanche. And you can do this without any intermediaries, without having to rely on a third-party custodian to hold your crypto. And this is a fast, low-fee way for anyone to use their crypto to trade between chains, trade between assets, all at the lowest fee. And you can try it out today inside the Bitcoin.com wallet app. Just open up the wallet app, check out the Verse Explorer section, log into the Verse Dex, and you can start swapping now from any asset using the Multichain Swap feature. Our team was hard at work for the last little while building this feature out. This is a monumental update for us, as it does connect our wallet and our users to more chains through our partnership with our friends over at LeFi. So jumping into the next bit of news, we're going to talk a little bit about what's happening over in the Philippines. So it's a bit of an Empire Strikes Back moment over in the Philippines. The government stepping in with a big nope over to our friends at Binance. So you know, Binance, it's the known giant of the crypto centralized exchange world, and the Philippine government's got a bit of a beef with them. They're kind of saying apparently Binance is missing some sort of crucial paperwork, and the Philippine Security and Exchange Commission is worried about the locals' investment safety. So folks, if you've been following crypto for any amount of time, you'll notice that this is part of a bigger pattern. Every time the crypto world starts buzzing with excitement and wallets begin to swell, some government seems to say, hey, wait a minute, what's all this fun going on here? You guys are having a little too much excitement, you know, and then boom, hammer comes down. You know, they're trying to squash all the crypto buzz, create a lot of excess headaches, and it's all under the guise of like, we're here to protect you, but I mean, nobody's feeling that protected. They just feel very inconvenienced. But here's the silver lining, and I think a mega important reminder. This is exactly why having control over your own assets is so crucial. So a reminder, this is something we talk about at Bitcoin.com all the time, but you know, self-custodial solutions like the Bitcoin.com wallet app, you know, it's your crypto, your rules, keeping your digital treasury safely in your hands, far from the reach of sudden government clampdowns. You know, the worst thing that can happen to you is you have a lot of crypto, but you're holding it on a centralized exchange. And if the government decides they don't like that, they don't like that exchange, they shut it down, they block the domain, they arrest the executive, your assets are in deep, deep doo-doo. You don't want to be in an FTX situation. You know, it's not a fun time. Ask any of the creditors there. We're going to jump to our last story, just given that the governments are kind of, you know, they're always doing their government-y things, but here's a nice fun one if you like silly government decisions. So our last story, we're going to zip over to Iceland, where things are getting a little bit frosty for Bitcoin. So Prime Minister Katrin Jakobsdottir has decided to pull the plug on some of that sweet geothermal energy that's been going into the Bitcoin mining in those areas. And they're trying to tell everyone that it's time to focus on growing broccoli instead. So now this might make your head scratch a little bit, because people often moan about Bitcoin mining, you know, frying the planet. It's going to send us into the ice age or a global warming age, whatever the scientists have decided is trending that decade. But in Iceland's case, it's geothermal powered, which last time I checked is still considered green. But it's not green enough for Iceland's prime minister, though, who is basically saying, nope, we need to make sure we can grow more vegetables. So as if Bitcoin miners were somehow hogging all the warmth that could be going into greenhouses. So Iceland's move is a classic example of how some folks in power think they know what's best when it comes to handling the economy. It's as if they're saying, hey, thanks market forces for the innovative ideas, and we're going to take it from here. We know what's best. So for those of us who are fans of both digital coins and not wrecking the planet, this could have been a cool moment to show how innovative and green crypto can be, how Iceland was, you know, pushing ahead with moving Bitcoin mining to geothermal. But instead, it's turned into a bit of a facepalm moment for Iceland. And it's a reminder that even when crypto does things right, there's always someone ready to pull the environmental card, even when it's a bit of a stretch. And just like that, we've reached the end of this week's whirlwind tour through the ever-evolving cryptoverse, from Zano's privacy magic to Kiyosaki's fiery critique of fiat and the reactionary stance from our nation-state overlords. It's been nothing short of a roller coaster ride this week. Let's not forget our dive into the world of self-custodial solutions, ensuring your crypto stays right where it belongs with you. So don't be a stranger, hit the like button, do the subscribe thing, reply, comment, share. If you have a spicy hot take or some fun comment to share, drop it below. We'd love to check it out. And until next time, keep those digital assets snug and secure, keep feeding your brain with all things crypto, and above all, stay free. Go visit Bitcoin.com for more details. See you guys later.